fun to do bad things, to drive into a car.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been over a month. I guess you can say I kind of took a break. If you're following me on Instagram, I was outside the country, but we're back. And I don't want to say I have not been doing anything car related, but you can see right here, plenty of parts I've been collecting over the past few months to manual swap the GS. That is coming soon, right? I mean, probably literally everything you can think of. Shifter select rod for transmission. I have the housing coming in today. ARP, flywheel bolt, flywheel, slave, shifter, slave seal, what's it called? Clutch reservoir. This is the, oh shit. This is the automatic emulator. There's a bunch of stuff everywhere. These are pressure plate bolts, clutch right here, and then all the big dirty stuff is in the garage. But today is not about the GS. Today is about the IS300 and its final form. It's pretty much done. I won't touch it. I'm gonna leave it as is. But yeah, here's final form V4, whatever. Don't know what version it is, but here you go. All right, here it is. Let's do a quick walk around before I talk about it. All right, so here is the super simple livery. I went with like a chrome color vinyl, and yeah, I want to kind of really pop out against the graphite gray pearl. And it definitely does pop out. I like it, super simple. I didn't want anything too crazy. I want to go for a livery in the future, like a more crazy looking one, but for now, so this is something I could do myself, and I thought it was cool. People going to Winter Jam in a month, and I thought I had to spice this car up a bit. You guys like it? You guys don't like it? Final form? I'm just gonna leave the car like this. This is just drift car now. This is just the, what do you call it? The daily drifter, not daily drifter because I don't daily it. It's just the drift car that I'm gonna beat up, drift as much as I can, and keep beating it up, and hopefully make it look decent every time, because an ugly drift car is not a good drift car. All right, so on camera you can tell the color of the car is not perfectly matched. So I got the bumpers painted, but from far away you can't tell too bad. But yeah, I really miss this color. And you can tell I added a livery. Tell me what you guys think about this livery. Something I quickly made online, have someone print it out, so it's just kind of a sticker, but I added some side skirt extensions, whatever those things are. They look okay, I don't hate them. And added some to the rear. Just add a little bit of flair, a little bit of uniqueness. I don't know how I feel about it. Yeah, it looks okay. Not mad about it, but don't love it either. I might raise the rear. It does have that reverse rake, but that's the drift car look, I guess. Also, I fixed a bunch of rattling noise that was coming from this car. All the subframe bolts were like extremely loose. Like it was not even hand tight. I can spin the bolts out, and it's probably why the whole rear end was shaking. Like every time I had to weld the diff, and whenever you would turn, and the outside wheels are like chirping, the whole rear end starts shaking. It's been happening like this for a while. I just thought solid bushings caused everything to shake, but yeah, everything was loose. So if you have solid bushings in the rear, I highly recommend checking all your bushings or all your bolts. Not check them all the time. I checked pretty much the entire bolts in the rear end, and 50% of them were loose. So make sure you go ahead and check all your bolts. But I miss driving this car. I think I'm gonna daily it. All right, I hope you guys like the IS300. So now we're actually gonna work on the transmission, get that transmission ready to be swapped into the GS. I disconnected the shifter housing from the transmission and I picked up a new one. So at my at the other place, so we're gonna go there and work on the transmission. All right, so the last piece to working on, or for the GS swap, is to have a shifter, because this didn't come with a shifter, or it did. It came with a W58 shifter that was meant for a Celica, so it was not far back enough. And luckily, I had this from an old transmission, and I want to say I didn't have the shifter housing retainer, so I bought this on Sunday, and it came from Japan, and it came in today, which is Tuesday. It came in like 3 days, 2.5 days, and so I'm assuming this is for this. I hope they match, because this came off my last transmission, which came off a W58, which looks like it came off a Supra. This is meant for a Supra, and so we're gonna see if it fits, but we have to take off this casing right here, and yeah, let's get into it. So first things first, take all the tape off. We're gonna have to take off this and this. Loosen all these bolts around the tail housing. You gotta loosen the side bolts right here, and then there's a bolt holding this thing right here, just one bolt, and it should pop off. Smack the case a little bit all around, break it loose. All right, I got the transmission tail housing off, and everything looks pretty good in here. I don't see any like shards. Yeah, it looks really clean. I just need to get some gasket to reseal it. It has this old paper gasket. Most of it's probably stuck on that side, but yeah, it looks pretty good. Like, I don't see any signs of shards. My other transmission, that blue, had metal shavings everywhere in here. Yeah, but this looks good. So pretty much you need to take this thing apart, just because you need to replace this or this one. This was the stock shifter. You can see it's how short it is. This is where it sits in the transmission, and it sits super far forward. You need to replace it with this one. Luckily, I had this from my last transmission, but this is a longer version. It should fit. All the W58s are the same, just different layouts. And you have to replace that so that way we can run this shifter, and that puts the shifter in the right location where the hole is. But yeah, all that to do, just replace this rod, replace the shifter. So now we're gonna clean up the edges, put RTV, put this back in, and yeah. All right, I got it all RTV'd up. Make sure I didn't miss any holes, because you don't want leaks. So let's put the tail housing in. All right, so now we wait an hour. It's just hand tight, and we're gonna torque it down. Not sure the torque spec, so I'm gonna look it up. But now we can start assembling it. You can see the new rod. It's a lot longer. So let's put everything back together. Don't forget to put these side things right here. I got the new shifter retainer, what is it called? Shifter housing mounted on. Gotta wait an hour for that to dry, then we can tighten it down. And then next we're gonna change out the seal. All right, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys liked this video. I know it's pretty short, not much going on in this video, but I do have things coming up. I'm drifting next week on the 27th, so I'll have some content drifting and seeing how the new car feels. I am going to Winter Jam this year, which is on December 17 and 18. So if you're out there, if you want to say hi, you want to drive, want to get a ride along, come say hi. Just come ask. I'll give anybody a ride along because it's fun, depending on what track I'm at. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.